The following is a class on the Bhagavad Gita as it is, second chapter, text number 26 through 29, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on November 30th, 1972, in Hyderabad, India.
Nityam va mannasi mritam tathapi tang mahabhava nainang sochitam marahas. So, this is the opinion of the modern scientists or the Buddha philosophy. The soul, there is nothing like soul separately, but by combination of matter at a certain stage, the living symptoms are manifest. And as it is combination of several chemicals, so it is also finished as soon as the body is finished. There is nothing as soul. That is their opinion. So, for argument's sake, Krishna says, if you think like that the body is all in all, by certain condition, the material elements combine, and again it is finished. So Arjuna was declining to fight. So for argument's sake, Krishna says that if you think like that the body is everything, so it will be destroyed automatically. So why you are so much afraid? Suppose I have combined some chemical and it is destroyed, so bottles of chemicals, somehow or other it is destroyed. So who laments for that? You can purchase another bottle. That is simply for argument's sake. Actually, that is not the position. Now, if you think that the combination of chemical can produce living force, then why don't you do it in the laboratory? The chemicals are there. You can combine and just produce a small ant moving. Then it is. Science means observation and experiment. So if you simply observe and cannot make any experiment practical, so then that is not science. That is only theory. So that is not possible. No scientist has ever made any living entity by combination of chemicals in the laboratory. Nobody can do that. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhrumang janma mritasya cha tasmat apariharyathe natang sochitam arhasi. Jatasya hi dhruva mrityu. It is a fact that by the cycle of birth and death, one who dies, he has to accept again another body. So why you are deviating from your duty? The warfare of the Kshatriyas and the warfare at the present moment of the whimsical politicians, they are different. Formerly, it was not democracy. only the Kshatriyas would fight, especially the king, the royal order. They should come forward. Not that the politicians are sitting very comfortably at home and poor people, they are given to fight in front of the enemy. No, that was not the system. The king must come forward. The other side, the king also come, and the opposite side, he also should come forward and fight. It was duty, and as soon as the king is killed by the other party, then the other party becomes victorious. There is no more fighting. It is not the so-called king and president is sitting very comfortably and the poor soldiers, they are fighting unlimitedly and the war is going on for many years. Just like last war, we saw at least 8 years it continued. 8 years, 6 years, no. The battle of Kurukshetra, it was finished within 18 days. There is no use of prolonging the war unnecessarily. If the chief man is killed, then war is finished. Therefore, Krishna is advising Arjuna, suppose your grandfather on the other side dies, so where is the cause of lamentation? He is old man, he will get another new body, so you should be rather happy that your old grandfather is going to have a new body. Jatasahi dhruvamattu, and everyone will die. You die today or tomorrow or say 50 years after, you have to die. It is as sure as death. So why should you deviate from your duty? You are a Kshatriya. Your duty is to fight. Why you are afraid of being dead or killing others? This is your duty. Abhaktadini bhutani bhaktam adhyani bharata abhaktam nidhanam aneva tatra ka parivedana. So, the body was not existing before, and it will not exist after death. So, in the Bhaya media, if the manifestation of body is there, so why it should be the object of lamentation? In this way, Krishna is trying to convince Arjuna that he should act as Kshatriya and perform his duty. A Kshatriya is profited either dead or alive. That will be explained. Because in a fighting, real religious fighting on principle, it is a Kshatriya is not responsible for killing. Just like in sacrificial ceremony, if the animal is killed, the Brahman is not responsible for killing an animal. So, because it is duty, it is ordained by the Shastras, therefore, they are not ordinary killing. Abhaktyani nidhanani eva tatraka parivat. It was not manifested before, and it will become not manifested again. So, why should you lament for the Bhaya media? Ashchajavat pashyati kaschit enam, ashchajavat vadati tathaiva chanya, ashchajavat chenam anya srinoti, suttapi enang veda na chaiva kaschit. There are many theories and philosophical speculation all over the world about understanding the soul. Therefore, Krishna is concluding that somebody is explaining wonderfully, somebody is hearing wonderfully, but even after hearing and speaking, it remains a mystery, and less intelligent person cannot understand it. That is the fact. There are so many theories. Therefore, we have to accept the reality from the authority. By theorizing, by speculating, we cannot come into any decision. I may be very good logician, you may be greater logician, so you can defeat my logic, I can defeat your logic. So, what is the conclusion? This kind of talking, it is called kutarka, unnecessarily talking, because you will not come to my decision, I will not come to your decision. So, everyone is mysterious. So, in this way, we cannot understand which is beyond the perception of our knowledge. Achinta khaluje bhava natas tarkena jujay. Things which are beyond our perception, we should not simply try to understand by logic and argument. It is useless, waste of time. Because nobody can decide theory. The modern so-called scientists, they also write like, perhaps it may be like, it may be millions of years it was like this. It may be. What is the value of saying it may be? Say it definitely. That they cannot do. All the scientist theories, like perhaps, maybe, perchance, if it comes to be true. So, such kind of argument has no value. Therefore, our Shastra says, achinta khalijo bhava, beyond your perception, beyond your sense perception. Don't try to understand it by argument and logic. Then how to know it? Know it from the person who knows it. That is knowledge. Just like we are trying to get knowledge about the soul, not by experiment, but we are trying to understand from the words of Krishna. Krishna is the authority. So, he says in the beginning, Dehinasmin yatha dehi kaumara jovanam jara. We can, Krishna says, and we can think over it and ponder over it, then we come to conclusion. And the other process, Vedic process is, Jasya devi parabhakti jatha devi tatha guru tasyaite katita jhatta prakasanti mahan. Our process is descending process. We are not trying to understand by the ascending process, inductive or deductive. We accept the statements of the Vedas. Therefore, we haven't got to make much effort to understand the thing. Vedavachan, Shruti, Shruti Pramanam. There are three kinds of evidences: direct perception, and evidence from the Vedas, and evidence from history, Aitijya. Pratyakha, Aitijya, Shruti. Three kinds of evidences. So Pratyakha and Aitijya is neglected. According to our Vedic system, Shruti Pramanam. If it is statement, the statement is there in the Shruti, in the Vedas, then we accept. We have got a society in India, they call Veda Praman. We cannot accept without, it is not mentioned in the Vedas. That's nice. But there is another class who are described in the Bhagavad Gita by Krishna himself, Veda Badarata. They are simply, unnecessarily fight on the basis of so-called Vedic knowledge. Vedic knowledge must be understood from the Guru. That is in it. They defy that. The Vedic injunction is Kathopanishad. Tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva avigachet. To understand the Vedas, you must approach a Guru. Otherwise you cannot understand. Just like it is forbidden that without becoming a Brahmana, nobody should read Vedas, because he cannot understand. Unless one is qualified Brahman, unless one has approached another qualified Brahman who knows, there is no question of understanding Vedas. Just like Max Muller translated Vedas. What does he know about Vedas? Such kinds of translation, understanding is useless. Tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva avigachet. Avigachet means he must. There is not that I may go or I may not. No, you must, if you are really serious. In our Vaishnava Parampara also, Vaishnava Parampara is actually Vedic Parampara. That Adu Gudbasram, to enter into the spiritual life, first thing is, first of all, to accept a Guru. That is all big stalwarts. Even Vyasdev, the wonderful literature. This reading, we are reading Bhagavad Gita. It is Vyasdev literature. He heard from Krishna and wrote it. And not only this, the Mahabharata, the Puranas, the Vedanta Sutra, the Srimad Bhagavatam, wonderful literature. There is no possibility of producing such literature by any scholar of these days. It is not possible. But he accepted Guru, Narad. When after compiling all the Vedas and Puranas, even Vedanta Sutra, Vyasdev was not satisfied himself. He was seeming very morose. At that time, his spiritual master Narada came and he asked, why you are morose? You have done so much nice literary work, so why you are not very happy? So Vyasdev replied, yes, my lord, I am actually not happy, but I cannot understand why I am not happy. So you know everything. Kindly describe why I am not happy. So at that time, Narad replied him that all the literatures you have so far made, they are with reference to the body and the mind. You have nothing described very nicely about the Supreme Soul. So now you try to describe something about the Supreme Lord, about the Supreme Soul. That will make you happy. Therefore, he described the Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the history of Srimad Bhagavatam. And his last contribution was, mature contribution was Vedanta Sutra. So, from the Vedanta Sutra, he began writing Srimad Bhagavatam. Janmadasya jataha. This is the beginning of Vedanta Sutra. Athata Brahma Jigyasa. He said in a different language, Jiva Satattva Jigyasa. So a human life should be engaged, inquiring about the absolute truth. And he should inquire from a person who has heard about the absolute truth from a realized person. This is that's what is called Shruti, Parampara, disciplic succession. One, just like Vyasdev is hearing from Narada, Narada is authorized. He has heard from Brahma. Brahma has heard from Krishna. See, this is the Parampara system, disciplic succession. So, there are 4 Parampara systems. They are known as, at the present moment, Ramanuja Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Madhya Sampradaya. Brahma Sampradaya, Madhya Sampradaya is same. Then Rudra Sampradaya and Sri Samarama, Kumar Sampradaya. There is 4 Sampradayas. So we should hear from the Sampradaya Acharya by disciplic succession, as Krishna recommends in this Bhagavad Gita. Evang parampara praptam imang rajarsayo vidu. Imang vipassati yugam prattavana hamabhyam vivashan manovipraho manu ikha kavit pravir. Evang parampara praptam imang rajarsayo vidu. So that is the system. We should receive knowledge by the bona fide parampara system. Otherwise, it may be bogus. Because without parampara system, we cannot understand actual fact. And we have to become in the disciplic succession. We must accept a guru. Tasmad gurum prapaddeta jigyashu sre uttamam. If you are actually eager, anxious to understand the spiritual science, then you must approach a guru. Tasmad gurum prapaddeta jigyasu sre uttama. Uttam means transcendental subject matter. You cannot learn it. Just like if you purchase one pharmacology book from the bookseller's shop, and if you read at home, do you mean that you become a medical practitioner, pharmacist? No. You must go to the university, must go to the college, you must hear the experienced professor and learn it and practically experiment it. Then you can learn. And not that by purchasing a book you become a medical practitioner, a lawyer. That is not possible. Therefore the direction is that tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva abhigachet. Must. Here also you see, Krishna in the beginning was talking with Arjuna, just like friends. But when Arjuna understood it, that we are talking like friends, so we cannot come into conclusion. That friends, they talk, they argue, they put logic. That way we cannot understand. Natastarkena juja. Then, tadvijnanatham sa gurumeva abhigachet. So therefore, Arjuna surrendered himself. Shishastehang sadimang prapanna. Karpanna dosu apahata sabhav. I can understand that I am a Kshatriya. It is my duty to fight. But in front of my grandfather and relatives, I am declining to fight. Therefore, I am affected with karpanna dosa. I am deviating from my duty. So, why I am deviating from this duty? Therefore, I am surrendering myself unto you. So, in a position of perplexity, one must approach a bona fide spiritual master. That is the process, Vedic process. Otherwise, it is not possible. And our Sanatana Goswami, a predecessor, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's direct disciple, he gives his direction that Avaishnava mukhadgirna puta hari kathamritam savanam na kartavam. He says, do not hear from a person who is not a Vaishnava. One must become a Vaishnava. Otherwise, his so-called ideas and interpretation has no value. has no value. Just like in your country, yeah, South India, a Dr. Radha Krishna, he has done so many work. But to tell you frankly, it is useless labor. Because he has said in one of his writing that Bhagavad Gita is mental speculation. He is surpassing all the acharyas who came, who appeared in South India. Ramanacharya appeared in South India. Madhyacharya appeared in South India. Nimbarka appeared in South India. Vishnu Swami appeared in South India. Shankaracharya appeared in South India. The South India is so blessed, and he also appeared in South India. He is decrying all the acharyas. Just see the position. He says Bhagavad Gita is a mental speculation. And he has interpreted in a different way. Krishna says that Manmanam Ahamad Bhakta Madhyajimang Namaskuru. And if you have seen Dr. Radhakrishna's translation of Bhagavad Gita, he says it is not to Krishna. Krishna says directly that Manmana Bhavamad Bhakta. He says not to Krishna. You see. So, this defect will be there unless one is Sadachar Sampanna Vaishnava, self-realized. Therefore, Sanatana Goswami says, Avaishnava Mukhadgina Putahari Kathamritam. Our first Guru is Krishna. To understand Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is understanding that Bhagavad Gita from Krishna directly. So, after understanding Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Parabrahma, Paramdhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shasatam, Adyam. These are the words. And Arjuna also accepted it is very, very difficult to understand your personality. Now, people may say that Arjuna was Krishna's friend. To satisfy his friend, he has accepted him as Parabrahma. But that is not the fact. Arjuna gives evidences that not only I, but the great authorities like Vyasa, Narada, Asita, Devala, they have also accepted you as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the recent ages, this is 5,000 years ago, even 1,500, Shankaracharya, who is impersonate, he has also accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So Bhagavan Swayam Krishna, he has written in his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, Narayana Bhaktya Parah Abhaktyat. Narayana Parah Abhaktyat. Narayana is not a creation of this material world. He is transcendental. He has accepted. And what to speak of the Vaishnava Acharyas, Ramanujarya, Madhyacharya, all, they have written so many nice commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Sutra, establishing that the Supreme Absolute Truth is person, the Supreme Personality of God. Krishna is speaking as person, and he is warning the rascals, Avajananti Mang Mudha, Manasim Tanuvasita. Because I am speaking as a human being, the rascals, they derive Param Bhava Avajanam. They do not know what is my influence, what is my power. So, this personality of Godhead, it is a fact. Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaneti Sabda. The last word is Bhagavan. From Bhagavan, the expansion is Paramatma, localized as Ishara Sarvabhutara Vriddesi Arjuna Tishtha. That is expansion. Ekanshena Stitu. That is one of the plenary portion, Vishtavya Aham, he enters within this universe, and therefore the universe becomes manifest. Just like I am soul, Dehi Rasmin Jatha Dehi, I enter into this body, you enter into your body, therefore the body expands. Similarly, the Supreme Personality of Godhead enters as Garbhodoksai Vishnu within each and every universe, then it becomes manifest. So, there is no question of impersonal. The original source is person. Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhava, matta sarvang prabhata, iti matya bhajante mang buddha bhava savanti. Buddha, not the abuddha. Abuddha means less intelligent. Those who are intelligent. Buddha, bhava samannita, with a bhava, with an ecstatic position, can understand that Krishna is the original person. Aham sarvasya prabhu. Sarvasya means including Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara, all the devotees. Aham adidhi devanam. He is the original source of all the devas. The original devas, Brahma is the first deva, is the first creation. So, aham adidhi devanam, the Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. So he is the origin of Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. From Krishna, for material creation, there are three Purusha. First of all, three Purusha, not directly from Krishna. From Krishna, Baladev. From Baladev, Chaturbuha, Sankarsan, Vasudev Sankarsan, Pradyumna, Niruddha. Then from Sankarsan, Narayana. Then second Chaturbuha. From the second Chaturbuha, Sankarsan, the Purusha avatar, three Purusha avatars, three Vishnus, Karanodakshai, Garbhodakshai, and Kirodakshai Vishnu. So, there, in the Vedic literature, all these informations are there, and as Krishna says, personally also, Arjuna accepts that I accept on the authority of Vyasdev, Narada, Devala, Osita, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and you also speaking directly. Then where is my doubt? So we should follow. This is called Parampara system. As Arjuna understood Bhagavad Gita, if we understand that way, then we are perfect. I may be imperfect, but because I understand Bhagavad Gita as it was understood by Arjuna, I am perfect. Because the knowledge I am distributing, that is not imperfect. Just like a post peon is delivering you $1,000. Say he may be poor man, but the $1,000 he is delivering, that is a fact. That is not bogus. Because he has not manufactured something. He has received that money order from the post office. He is asked to deliver it to such and such person. His honesty is to deliver the money order as it is to the bona fide person. That is his perfection. He doesn't require, because he is delivering $1,000, he doesn't require to become a very rich man. He may be poor man. Similarly, a guru is perfect when he delivers the words of the superior authority as it is. Then he is perfect. He may be imperfect in your estimation, but that is his perfection. That he is not misleading people by becoming a so-called rascal scholar and interpreting in a different way and misleading the whole population. That is perfect. Ah. People say so much about me that I have done some wonderful thing. But I say that I am not a magician. I am not a magician. My only credit is that I am presenting Krishna as he is. That's all. I am not diluting Krishna. That is not my business. And therefore, because it is pure ghee, therefore everyone accepts. And if you place dalda, mixing with ghee, some rascal thing, then nobody will accept. Therefore, so many Swamis went before me in the Western countries, and they presented adulterated. And there was not a single person became a Krishna Bhakta. Now, by thousands they have become. Why? Because it is presented pure thing. Pure thing will be accepted everywhere. I give this example. In Delhi, I've seen there is confectioner shop. He rigidly prepares in pure ghee all the sweetmeats. So you'll find always hundreds of customers there. And there are, by the side of the dalda manufacture. It is not. People are still prepared to pay sufficiently if you give pure things. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is presenting Bhagavad Gita as it. We have not manufactured anything. While I started this movement in America, some friends suggested that you are writing International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Why not make it God Consciousness? It will be accepted by everyone. No. God is Krishna. There must be clearly stated Krishna consciousness. I don't mind if nobody accepts it, but there must be Krishna. So, actually, it is very happy that Western countries, they are accepting Krishna. Why not? Krishna is for everyone. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He says, Aham bija padapita, sarva jonishu kaunte. In all forms of life, the living entities, they are my part and parcel, they are my sons. I am the father original. Bija padapita. So why Krishna will not be accepted? But actually that is happening. They are coming from different groups, but because every one of us is Krishna's son, Krishna's part and parcel, therefore simply it requires a little attentive hearing about Krishna. Savanadi Shuddha Chitte Karoe Udo. Sevanmukhi Jivhado Sameva Spurattada. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Sravanadi Shuddha Chitte Karoe Udo. Krishna is there in everyone's heart. Ishara Sarvabhutana. But we do not know. But Krishna and Krishna consciousness can be awakened simply by hearing from the realized path. Satang prasangad mama bija sangvida bhavanti ritkanna rasayana katha. Satang prasanga, from the lips of devotees, when it is heard, then it becomes ritkanna rasayana. It becomes very pleasing to the ear and to the heart. Tadjusanat, if one cultivates in that way, asu apavarga bhatmani, saddha bhakti rati anukramishyati. These are the formulas. So, the process should be to receive the knowledge by disciplic succession, not sporadically hearing sometimes this scholar, hearing something, this scholar, I interpret in my scholarship. No, this thing will not. No. Our process is as directed by Sanatana Goswami. Avaishnava mukhadgina puta harikatha amrita. Harikatha is amrita. Amrita. But still, it should not be received when it is uttered by some Avaishnava. There is another direction. Avaishnava guru nasasyat. Satkarma nipuna vipra mantra tantra visharada. A person, a Brahmana, Satkarma nipuna. Brahmana's business is to become scholar and to make others scholar. Patana patana, jajana jajana. He must be a worshipper and he must teach others how to worship. Patana patana jajana jajana. Dana pratigraha. Brahmana receive charity and he makes immediately distribute the charity. So these are the occupational duty of Brahman. Pathan pat, sat karma nipuna. A Brahmana, he is very expert in his business, sat karma nipuna, mantra tantra visharada. And he has read the Vedic literature and tantras very nicely, visharada. Still, if he is not a Vaishnava, the Avaishnava, Guru na sasya, by that only qualification that he is not a Vaishnava, he cannot become Guru. Whereas on the other hand, Sad Vaishnava Sapacha Guru, if a person Sapacha means coming of the family of dog eaters, Chandal, if he has become a Vaishnava, Sadachar Sampanna Vaishnava, Sa Guru Sad, you can accept him as Guru. There are so many instances. Srimad Ramanujarya's Guru was not from a Brahmin family, but still he accepted Guru. So, in the Vaishnava literature, just like Haridas Thakur, we gave Jai, Thakur Haridas Thakur ki Jai, we say. This Haridas Thakur was born in a Mohammedan family. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made him Namacharya, Srila Haridas Thakur. He was chanting Hare Krishna mantra daily, 300,000 of times. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu selected him, Namacharya. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself came to broadcast the glory of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So instead of becoming himself the Acharya, he designated Haridas Thakur as Acharya. And similarly, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, they also became Mohammedan. They were born in Hindu Saraswat Brahman family. But due to their association as minister of the then Muslim government, they were rejected from the Brahman society. Formerly the Brahman society was very strict. And he was becoming servant, he is immediately excluded. Or you cannot become a Brahmin, you are serving. In the Srimad Bhagavatam also, by the spoken by Narada, he says a Brahmana, if he is in difficulty, he should not accept the business of a dog, service. He should not accept service. He may go to the profession of a Kshatriya or even up to Vaishya, not of a Shudra. These are the injunctions. So they were strictly being followed. These Sanatana Goswami, they are very learned scholars in Sanskrit, in Arabic language, Persian language. But because they accepted the ministership of Nawab Hussain Shah, immediately they were rejected. And they changed their name. Almost they became Muslim. Sakar Malik Dabir Khas, their name was that. These are Mohammedan names. So they were living like that. But when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu blessed them, they became the first class Goswami, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami. This is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. And he therefore said, Prithivite ache jato nagaradigam. He asked to spread this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world, in every village and every town. Does he mean that let them become Sudras, let them remain Sudras and they become Krishna conscious? No. He did not mean like that. That means everywhere there should be Vaishnava. And a Vaishnava means above Brahman. That is the Krishna consciousness movement. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Because you are here. It is for you. For us. You means you, me. Because we wanted to enjoy. We wanted to lord it over the material nature. Therefore, God has given you the facility that you enjoy. But just to make you convinced that we cannot enjoy, we become enjoyed. This conviction, when you come to this conviction that we cannot enjoy, we become enjoyed. At that time, we seek after God. That is natural. Athato Brahma Jijnasa. So, God has created this material world because we wanted it. That is the philosophy. Huh? But now the trouble must be there because God has created this world for your enjoyment and for my enjoyment. There therefore must be struggle. Because I don't agree with you, you don't agree with me. Why there's a lot of trouble? Because if everyone, just like in an office, if everyone wants to become the proprietor, will not there be confusion and chaos? Do you think the office will go on nicely? Similarly, here, God has given you a chance to become master because you want it. But everyone wants to be master, and there is chaos. How there can be harmony when everyone wants to become God? Do you think it is all right? There must be chaos. Here is the position. Everyone in the material world, first of all, they want to become big man, big businessman, big this, big that, minister, president. And when everything is failure, then he wants to become God. That is the last snare of Maya. So, this is going on. How you can expect peace and prosperity here? That is not possible. Dukkhalayam asasatam. It is stated by Krishna himself that this is a place only for misery. But under the influence of Maya, we are accepting all miserable conditions of life as happiness. This is called Maya. He is qualified. Satta, Sama, Dhamma, Titikha, Arjava, Astikam, Jnanam, Vijnanam. When one has acquired all this quality, then he becomes Brahmin. Come to Krishna consciousness. Sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpati. Mancha abhyavicharini bhakti yogina jasiva. Unless we come to that platform of bhakti yoga and become re-related, not related, again, revive our Krishna consciousness, there cannot be equality. That is not possible. There must be distinction. Some higher class, some middle class, some lower class. Even in European countries there, in American there are, so are in India. So it is not very astonishing because the whole world is being conducted, the whole material nature is being conducted by the three gunas, and anyone associating with a particular type of guna, he must suffer and enjoy according to that guna. Jaganna gunavrittista adho gachanti tamasa. Tamasa. Those who are in the tamasic guna, they go adha. Madhya tishtanti rajasa. And via media, those who are in touch with the Rajagun, and urdhvam gacchanti sattva, those who are in the goodness, they go up in the upper platform of the society or in the universe. But Krishna says, Abrahma bhuvana lokan punaravastintu. Either you go even to the Brahma loka, one day you have to come to the hellish loka. This is the way. So some chakravat parivartanti sukhani dukhani. Just like the wheel turns round, sometimes up, sometimes down. So this is the position of this material world. There is no question of lamenting. You cannot say these people are suffering and that people are enjoying. The man who is enjoying, he will also suffer next moment. This is going on, suffering and enjoying. Unless we come to Krishna consciousness, there is no way of coming out of this duality of this world. This is duality. Everything you will find in dual. Unless there is happiness, you cannot understand what is distress. And unless there is distress, you cannot understand happiness. You cannot understand light unless there is darkness. So this is the world of darkness and light, so-called light. You have to transcend. Taptadiham punarjanmanaiti. So we have to make arrangement. That facility is there to every human being. How he can get out of this world of duality and come to the transcendental platform, which is called abhyavicharini bhakti yoga. Mancha abhyavicharini bhakti yogi na ja sevate sagunan samatiktayitan brahma bhuyaya kalpe. That is required. Chant Hare Krishna. That. Thank you. Eh? What is that?
Sarvaka theory.
Yeah.
What were the conditions to change them like that? And secondly, the God among the Dasavataras, Buddha itself is supposed to be one avatar. Buddha never told any idol worship or any Rama Krishna worshipping.
So you reject everything, that's all. That is the way. That is very nice process. You reject everything. Because you are doubt in everything, so you reject everything. That's all. Therefore our philosophy is achinta bhedabhed tat. Achinta, inconscious, that's where you are trying to conceive that whole world is God and still God is not there. That is spoken by God Himself, Krishna. Masthani sarvabhutani nahang tesu avasthita maya tatamidam abbakta murtina. So, this impersonal feature, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavaniti, the impersonal feature is Brahma. Sarvam khalu idam Brahma. That means, Sarvedam akilam jagat. Parasya Brahmana Shakti. Sarvedam akilam jagat. Just like the sunshine, you are in the sunshine. There is a practical thing. The sunshine is not different from the sun. The sun is 93 millions of miles away. But still, because you are in the sunshine, you are in sun. Can you deny it? That is the thing. You are in the sunshine. The sunshine is not different from the sun, but still it is not the sun. This is the philosophy. Inconceivable, simultaneously one and different. The sunshine is not different from the sun, but still it is different. Similarly, the whole manifested, the cosmic manifestation is God, but still it is not God. This is therefore it is called inconceivable, achinta. With our teeny brain, we cannot accommodate how it is one and different.